Hello there, research methods. Welcome back to your SPSS walkthroughs. I am already in my SPSS dataset within the virtual lab. So we're just going to start from here. This is the walkthrough for lab assignment number 6, selecting cases. This is a nice way to be able to isolate different types of cases and see how they might be different. So what you can do with select cases is you can look at only cases within your data set that match a certain variable attribute. So what we're going to do to illustrate this is we're going to only select the vacant lots. The first thing I've asked you to do is to compute the mean and standard deviation of trash litter. So we've done this before, but I want it to be on your output so that you can see the difference once we select only the vacant lots. So we're going to go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies, right-click in the box over here, scroll down until we find trash litter. And there it is. Move it over, click on our Statistics button, check on the box that says Mean and the box that says Standard Deviation, and say Continue. Uncheck the Display Frequency Tables box, and say OK. And there's our output that gives us our mean and standard deviation of the variable trash litter using all of the cases. And I'm going to go back to my data set here. Now I'm going to show you how to select cases and select only the site type vacant lot. So the first thing we need to do is to find out what SPSS calls vacant lots. Remember, under variable view, when that variable was created, I assigned numbers to those various site types because that's how SPSS thinks. So back in variable view here, we see the variable site type, and if we go to the values, we click in that box, we see the ellipses show up. And now we see that SPSS calls vacant lots 2. So that's the number I want to keep in mind because we're going to use that when we select cases. I'm not changing anything here, so I'm just going to cancel out of this. Now what you want to do is go to Data, all the way at the bottom, Select Cases. And you want to click on If Condition is Satisfied, and then click on the If button. And now we have our list of variables here on the left-hand side. I'm going to right-click and say Display Variable Names as usual. And then we have Site Type here. And go ahead and move that over to this box on the top. And we want only the vacant lots, which SPSS calls 2. So we're going to say Site Type equals 2. And then say Continue. And then we'll see that it's here now. And then we're going to say OK. And back to our data set. Now, if we go to Data View, we'll see that the numbers on the far left-hand side here, some of them are crossed out. We'll see that the ones that are crossed out here all have 0 as their site type. If we scroll down, I think these are in order by site type. So we'll scroll down and we'll start seeing there's the 1s still crossed out. If I keep scrolling down until we get to our 2s, there's our 2s. And you notice that they are not crossed out. So that means we're only looking at site type 2, which is vacant lots. So now that you know that that's all set up as it should be, we can just run the mean and standard deviation again. Go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies. Everything is set up as we left it before. If you want to double check, you can click on Statistics, and you see our mean box is checked and our standard deviation box is checked, just as we left it. Say Continue, and say OK. And then you can see that the overall mean of trash litter that I counted was 11.77 with a standard deviation of 19.052. But just the vacant lots, the mean was a little less, 9.51 with a standard deviation of 13.741. And that's it. That's all I need for you to do for this assignment. So you can save this output file to upload to D2L, or you can just do screenshots and upload the pictures. See you next time.